Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Tower of God New World. In today's video, we are going to build a brand new updated tier list because there are two new characters that are introduced in the game. We have Compressed Rack and Punisher Ren. So I'm going to put them in their respective tier, and from there I'm going to move down one character in the tier list right now. We're going to move one character down, and I'm going to talk about that character after we put Compressed Rack and Punisher in their own respective tier. But before I get started in the video, make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't. I'd really appreciate it. We are getting closer to 1K subs, so let's go ahead and make it there. And if you guys are interested in the Discord server, I will put the server link in the comment section down below so that you guys can join up. But anyways, let's not waste any time. Let's hop right into the video. All right, so the first character we are going to talk about is none other than Compressed Rack. So Compressed Rack, as you guys may know, Compressed Rack, this unit has been absolutely insane lately. He's just been crazy. Like, this unit, he does insane damage, and the fact that he's able to basically increase his crit, he basically has like 100% crit, which is insane. And as long as you build accuracy on Compressed Rack, he'll be able to deal a ton of damage. And out of all the characters, like out of all the DPS units in the game we have so far, his exclusive equipment has to be the most insane one so far. I still feel like Yiwa's exclusive equipment is cracked because of the attack buff, but Compressed Rack's exclusive equipment is just crazy. Like, his exclusive equipment is what makes him absolutely busted. So if I were to put him on this tier list right now, I'm 100% going to put him in S tier. He is not in meta. He's not like, like triple S tier or double S tier, but I'm going to put him in S tier. And the reason why is because he is still nowhere near Joaquin, Flight Earth Mazino, Yiwa. He's still nowhere near their level, but he is an insane unit so far. So Compressed Rack, 100% S tier. I feel like he's definitely going to be good later on in the end game, but we're still missing a solid yellow element tank unit. So I hope later on in the future we're going to get a really good yellow tank unit. And if you guys are like, well, what about Data Uric Mazino? Well, Data Uric Mazino, to be honest, Data Uric Mazino doesn't even feel like a tank unit. He seems more like a warrior unit because he deals more damage rather than taking damage. So I feel like Compressed Rack, once we get like a yellow tank unit, that's when yellow element is going to be officially complete, because we have Yiwa, Evan, Bomb, the tank, and also Compressed Rack. So Compressed Rack, definitely S tier. Really strong unit. Now next unit is Punisher Ren. So Punisher Ren, I tested him out, and honestly, Punisher Ren, he is a pretty decent unit. He is a decent SSR plus unit, and I feel like the more copies you get on Punisher Ren, he's definitely going to be a viable, like a really valuable unit in the future. But the thing is, he's an SSR plus unit, so if you don't have a lot of copies on him, then his damage won't be the biggest thing in the world. Like, it won't be absolutely insane. But if you do end up getting a lot of copies of him, he will do some pretty good damage overall. And I feel like compared to other units like Rachel, Rachel, in my opinion, I feel like Rachel is still better because she's able to deal insane damage against bosses, and she's able to clear some PvE content as well in adventure mode. So overall, I would honestly put Punisher in. Is debatable. If you have a lot of copies of Punisher in, I would definitely put him in S tier. But if you don't have a lot of copies on him, like if you only have like you have no stars on him, or you have 3 green stars, I would put him at A tier. I'll put him like in the top of A tier. Yeah, we'll put him right here. I feel like this is like a safe spot for him because he's a type of unit where you're going to need a decent amount of investment. That's like the only problem, because getting an SSR plus unit in this game is extremely hard. It is so rare to get an SSR plus unit in a normal gacha. So Punisher in, if he was an SSR unit, he would definitely be in that S tier because it's easy to get copies of an SSR unit. But for an SSR plus unit, it's really hard. So I feel like putting him in A tier, like right in the middle, is a fair spot for him. So overall, between these two characters, I feel like Compressed Rack, he definitely impressed me the most. Like, I didn't think his performance was going to be that insane, but Compressed Rack is a really good unit. His special move really nice the fact that he's able to, like, you know, he does that. It's like a, not a boomerang attack, but it's kind of like a boomerang attack, and he's able to basically attack every single enemy that stands in that pathway. Like if they stand in the path of his special move, they're all going to get one-shotted. So overall, his kit is just really stacked. He has a bunch of crit involved in his kit. Really good unit overall. So Compressed Drac, I'm really impressed by his performance. And then for Punisher in, I just feel like the fact that he's an SSR plus unit, he's very restricted because of his cot. Like in order for you to get his, like in order for you to see his full potential, you'll have to get a lot of copies of him, like a decent amount, not like a ton, but like probably like 3 blue stars to get, you know, decreased damage taken against, I forgot which element, but you know, you guys know what I'm saying, get decreased damage taken, or you can get 3 purple stars to get that additional defense. But Punisher in, really good unit, so I'm going to put him in an A tier. If you have a lot of copies of him, he's 100% S tier, but if you don't have a lot of copies of him, he's definitely going to be in that A tier spot. So the unit that I was going to move down on this tier list is Hats. I feel like Hats, he definitely got power crept by Compressed Drac, because the only solid DPS, yellow element DPS unit was Yua. I feel like Yua, she was the only yellow element DPS unit that was pretty much carrying the yellow element. And the fact that Compressed Drac came in and, you know, he's doing not more damage than Yua, but he's doing an insane amount of damage. Like he's doing more damage than Hats. I feel like Hats definitely got power crept, so I'm going to move Hats down on A tier because of Compressed Drac. Like I feel like if you have Compressed Drac, there is literally no reason for you to have Hats. There's no reason for you to invest in Hats, because Compressed Drac pretty much takes his spot and he does more damage. And yeah, I'll say the only thing that Hats, like the only difference between Hats and Compressed Drac is the fact that Hats has better survivability because he's a warrior unit. But other than that, I feel like Compressed Drac, his damage is able to, like his damage outshines the healing of, like the fact that Hats is able to heal himself. I feel like Compressed Drac completely outshines that because he's able to do more damage and he can just easily eliminate the target. As long as you have a lot of accuracy on Compressed Drac, he's going to just one shot, which is really good. So Hats definitely got moved down on the tier list because of Compressed Drac. Maybe later on in the future when we get more yellow element DPS units, I feel like Hats is definitely going to keep going lower and lower on the tier list because of the power creep. He's just going to get completely outshined by new upcoming units. So overall, that's pretty much the tier list. I feel like there's literally no other units I should move up or down. Everything has been the same so far. The game has been pretty chill lately. I feel like things are definitely going to go crazy once the collaboration update comes, which is going to be in like a week. So yeah, collaboration is definitely going to be insane. Hopefully for the collaboration event, the element for the 3 collab units are going to be blue element, because blue element needs a serious buff. And what I mean by serious buff, we need some outstanding blue element units, because I'm just stuck in blue element trial area because of how trash most of these blue element units are. Like I feel like Blue Road, definitely good unit, but he's mostly good against bosses. And Khun Ron, my only issue with Khun Ron is his accuracy. He can't land his special skill for shit. Like he just takes forever. Like the amount of times he misses his special skill is so annoying. So we're definitely going to need a blue element unit that deals really good damage and doesn't require a lot of accuracy. Like we definitely need that. And I mean, we already have a blue element healer. Honestly, I think we just need probably like a new blue element tank or another blue element DPS. I think that's what we really need, because the only blue element DPS that's really good overall is pretty much Khun Ron. Flight Uric Mazino, I mean, you can make him a DPS, but he mostly shines as a tank slash DPS unit. So yeah, overall, I feel like, you know, the collaboration event, we definitely need some brand new blue element units. Hopefully the 3 collab units are going to be blue element. If not, maybe red element. I feel like red element needs a tank, so we're just gonna have to wait and see. But that's pretty much it for the updated tier list. Make sure that you guys hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't. I'd really appreciate it, and I'll be catching you guys on the next one. Peace.